Hi, I decided I'm going to try to do a little video in service with you rather than have each of you come in at a different time to do the in service with Emma or come in and try to do the in service with me during 8 to 3. So we're going to do a little training. I do expect you to watch this video completely. Take notes if you need to, and I may come up with just a little form that you need to fill out just to show Sarah and I that you really understand this guest house process. It's not getting better, it's actually getting worse. And I want to tell you how extremely important it is for a lot of different departments on campus, because what we do in Star Res affects conference services. It affects the billing of these guests. It affects alumni relations. So just these very simple steps that we need to do through HRL at 461 can really have the potential to upset a lot of campus partners. And we don't want to do that. So let's get started with this guest housing. I have the guest house book here. This is the guest house log. It has its own separate binder. You're not going to find the log in our normal log book, okay? Part of it, I know this is backwards, but it still works. Part of this, I will always try to fill out for you when I pull the guest house keys. Of course, there's times where I just may not be here to do that and pull the guest house keys. To find who's coming in for the next weekend in guest housing, you're going to open up your main screen in Star Res, and you're going to, instead of, if you look at the top, we're always working in entries, you're going to click on occupancy graph. The occupancy graph, you're going to sort it by guest houses and then the dates, and you can see exactly who's coming in for whatever date period you put in there. I usually bump mine out like a month, but if I'm here, perfect world, I'm going to have the guest house keys pulled for you, and I'm going to have this basically filled in. So that's the easy part for you. When a guest comes in, these are the steps that need to be followed. No deviation at all. So you're going to ask the guest who the reservation is made under. That is the person you're going to find in Star Res. You're going to open that up. You're going to check them in. The date should be the same. You should never have to fix a date. If there's something wrong with a date, then we need to get with Gossiger because that's going to affect billing. Okay, so check them in, issue the keys. You should usually be able to issue all the keys just by clicking one button, all the keys. All guest houses have 2 keys that go out to the guests. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to have the guests sign that logbook that I prepared. Whoever it is in front of you, sign under the name of the person that made the reservation. That just shows that the keys were picked up. So now we have the guests checked in and we have the logbook signed. You're going to hand them the keys, explain to them there's 2 keys in every packet or for every guest house. We understand there's a lot more people staying there, but when we were handing out a lot of keys, we were getting a lot of keys lost, and that was adding extra cost to our guests. So if they ask you why only 2 keys, that's actually the answer. If it's a huge problem, we can get a hold of conference services at the Gossiger HRL office. That's the 3317. So usually I don't have any pushback on that, but just in case you did, explain to the guests that when they check out, if it's after 8 a.m., they need to bring the keys inside. Then we can compare them, get them checked out. If it's before 8 a.m. or after 8 p.m. they're checking out, then they can use the drop box. Explain that the keys need to come back. If the keys don't need to come back, it's going to be a $125 charge. Unfortunately, we do not let them mail them back. So if somebody accidentally drives back to Chicago with one, it's going to be $125. That's why we ask them to come in with the keys, so we can kind of tell them that right there, and they can maybe get a hold of the person that's not quite that far away yet, and we can get those keys back. Okay, so checking out a guest, exactly the same thing. Go into Star Res, find the person that the reservation's made under, check them out, return the keys. The second step in that is to have them sign the logbook again. have them sign that they are handing back 2 keys. If there's a key lost and you've explained that, there's going to be a $125 charge. I do need an email telling me, that you spoke to the guest, so I know who checked them out. I know that it's been communicated, and then I can let conference services know so they can bill them appropriately, and we can get that lock change ordered. So this has only been 5 minutes to go through the guest houses. All of this is in the flip chart. There should be no guessing if you don't remember something. If you're not used to working a Friday, a Saturday, or Sunday when most of our guests check in and check out, please stop. Please read the steps. The guests are going to be perfectly fine sitting there for just a few minutes. Just explain to them, you usually don't work this shift. You want to make sure that everything's going correctly for them, so make sure that their billing isn't messed up. They'll care about that. So we really need to get our ducks in a row with this guest housing. We went over it. I know we go over it in every training, but I wanted to make this one specific to it and make sure that you took the time to really understand the importance of us doing our job correctly, so we don't either mess up billing with other departments, because conference services, that's a huge part of HRL. It's a huge part of our income, and we definitely don't want problems there. These are a lot of alumni that are coming in. We want to make sure that we keep our alumni happy. They donate a lot of money. We just don't want those bad reviews out there. So again, please review this as many times as you need to. Please use the flip chart, and I'm going to talk to Sarah about if we're going to do like a little quiz on this, because we really need to start doing this correctly. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, and thank you for all your hard work that you do. Thanks.